You've seemed thoughtful since Monarch.
I've been wondering if we did the right thing, is all. Bringing those folks back into the board's arms.
Not easy. I gotta tell you, most of these things aren't.
I just wish there was a way to please everybody. What the board did to those people, leaving them there, it wasn't right. And then us showing up, trying to fix it all for them. What if we made it worse?
These things work themselves out slowly. So look on the bright side. You won't live long enough to find out.
Did you hear? Marjorie Dawson and Archibald Harris.
I'm thinking about having my pipes plated with real platinum.
What do you think you're doing? Oh. I guess, never mind then.
You must be joking. Oh, there. That's one right there. Can't you just see the stench of it?
They got the drop on us. You've seemed thoughtful since Monarch.
I've been wondering if we did the right thing, is all. Bringing those folks back into the board's arms.
Not easy. I gotta tell you, most of these things aren't.
I just wish there was a way to please everybody. What the board did to those people, leaving them there, it wasn't right.
Did you
And
hear?
us showing up, trying to fix it all for them. What if we made it worse?
These things work themselves out slowly.
What do you think you're doing? Sorry for the misunderstanding.
You must be joking. Our fair city is being overrun by... Oh, there. That's one right there. Can't you just...
Now.
The Acropolis District.
So what if all those MSI suits made it on Monarch this whole time? I could do it.
Move along.
A UDL security attendant is always prepared.
Real slick.
Can you believe I'm retiring? Lucky me.
So what if all those MSI suits made it on Monarch this whole time? I could do it. Easy.
Once I'm retired,
All my hard work's finally paid off.
What is it? I'm trying to keep a low profile. Whoa, I'm not... Some of the guards hang around Billingsley. Maybe... Just... The other thing... When the birds start... No... Come on. I start... Doesn't that... And then... I mean... But one... They eventually... But they... The whole...
How'd you do that so fast?
I can take a hint.
A reminder to all crew members, there is only one. One toilet on the ship. The groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark. If you stop in the engine room, would you ask Parvati to send Sam down to the bridge? We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
That's what we really need, you know?
More of you standing in my light?
A repair drone that repairs...
What do you think you're doing? Don't test me, Rung Leech.
All my hard work.
I wonder if I'll get to...
It feels like I've been
It feels like I've been waiting up...
I wonder if I'll get to meet you. Can you believe I'm the law?
The law.
Once I'm retired, I'm going to drink all the zero-G I can handle. Feels like I've been waiting...
You hear about that dissident working in that clothing store? This is where we've got to be vigilant.
Nothing exciting ever happened.
A UDL security attendant is always there.
Move along.
If I spit, think I can hit that mechanical down there?
You'll get in trouble.
No, I won't. I'll blame it on you.
Anti-Cleo's pipe patch. All of the benefits of smoking a real pipe, none of the messy cleanup.
What about Virginia? Or my gun? You just come up with that out of the blue?
I might have been thinking about it for a while. It's okay if you don't like it.
Actually, it's perfect. Virginia it is.
Don't you think we ought to go inside?
Rizzo's lemon slap. Slap your whole family tonight.
All right, how does this sound?
So, you and Junlei hold hands yet? When we can. We don't get to see each other much, on account of how rare it is we dock at Groundbreaker.
You seem real happy. I'm glad for you.
That's awful sweet, Ellie. Thank you.
Watch out!
Something's not...
They got the drop on us.
Oh! Nothing. I work in the lab at the Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. And... My dear fellow, you know... I tell you...
Rizzo's Long Apple Cider. A hard cider for a hard life.
All right, how does this sound?
So, you and Jun Lei holding hands yet? When we can. We don't get to see each other much, on account of how rare it is we dock in Groundbreaker.
You seem real happy. I'm glad for you.
Oh! Nothing. Nothing. Why? Does it look like I'm up to something? Laws, I knew it! You got me. I'm caught, aren't I? I work in the lab at the Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. Some of my sprats went missing, but it's not my fault, okay? Maybe I let them out more often than regulations allow, but they need to stretch their little legs. And so what if I occasionally forgot to latch their cage? Everyone gets a little distracted now and then. They escaped, and before I could coax them back, they'd made their way to the maintenance tunnels. Even if I did dare go down there, they're among all the common sewer sprats and exterminator mechanicals. Really? In that case, take this collection crate. 6 of my little ones are down there, but don't worry, you can easily tell them apart from common sewer sprats. They have intelligent eyes, an agreeable yet reserved demeanor, and a fondness for hiding. Also, they're white rather than green. Please, do take care, and do mind the exterminator mechanicals. If the worst should happen to my little darlings, well, I still want their bodies. For science, of course. Well, to maintain things, of course. like big humming machine things with gear and pipes. Water pipes. Everyone knows sewer sprats carry diseases, and the exterminator... Some people say there are monsters, not to deal with the sewer sprats, of course. Therefore, Oh, very well. It's true. I do run studies on them at the lab, but I also have a special connection with them. See, I'm an enormous fan of all my colonists. The early seasons, before the plotlines got tacky. You must have seen the classic episodes. Well, I name all my sprats after my favorite characters. That way, so you see it's... I still am. After all, I'm a person of very... But I must say... Not just name. There's Lord Reginald Kim III, Lady Philippa Farnsworth, Vonda von Vermington, Haroon Greenlee, Iskander Emmanuel Sanchez, and Evelyn Ensley Okoye. Ah, she's the chief executive of Farnsworth Incorporated, and a fearless captain of industry. He's a mercurial shareholder. They're in a rather tumultuous marriage contract. Something...
easy. Hoping we could bring him home. You'd let me have a giant sprat, right, Captain? So long as I fed it?
Any luck finding my sprats? Truly? Why, this is marvelous! And all safe and sound. Oh, Reginald, Philippa, Vonda, Haroon, Iskander, Evelyn, I'm never letting you out of my sight again! Please, take this. It's not much, but it's the best I can offer for the safe return of my darlings. Now, I've got to get back to the lab before my supervisor logs my absence.
Some crew members are causing a disturbance on the ship.
I definitely won that round.
You always seem to, huh?
That's because I'm used to... right.
Next time I work the scorecard.
We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain. I'll lock up behind you.
Been eating nothing but salt tuna. You think corporate's ever gonna visit?
Music to my ears.
Had your rations yet?
Yep.
Captain, if you're looking for crew members Ellie or Felix, they're sharing a drink upstairs. are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Anti-Creo's facial mask and cream leaves you feeling fresh and tingling. Do not operate heavy machinery for 2 hours after application.
That episode from a few weeks ago?
Spacer's Choice 2-hour energy drink. Watch out for hours.
fingers, Captain. Nicely done.
I never could have handled the desk job.
Captain, I stand out here like a big, greasy thumb.
Do we really need all this security? I have to go through 3 checkpoints just to take a bathroom break.
Can't be too
Welcome to the official headquarters of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation Board. Today's greeting is brought to you by Auntie Cleo, a subsidiary of Colway Pharmaceuticals.
Couldn't they concentrate the security outside the building so we can get some work done?
Why are you so bothered by having a few guards around? I think I'm gonna have to speak to your supervisor about these dissident leaders.
Move along.
State your business. Please step away. This entry is for high-priority HHC business only. Huh. I didn't realize we were still using those iridescent stickers. But this looks right. I'll just need you to register your weapons with a revised request to carry 32B form. Each weapon will need a separate form. Now, let's see. Damn it. When did I run out of forms? Well, how nice for you. Do you have any idea how long it takes to request new forms? Or how many citations I'll get for impeding HHC business in the meantime? Just know there are a bunch of guards upstairs and they're all high on dervish mist and low on patience. So try anything funny, and they'll paint the walls with your guts.
I understand you're Maverick Johnston's new star. Well done. Personal assistant to Adjutant Akande and Chairman Rockwell. I'm also responsible for organizing the adjutant's stationery, which is more of a hobby. Ah. Oh, you were being serious. I'm obliged to inform you that Chairman Rockwell is unavailable for an indeterminate duration. Will there be anything else? Excuse me, just a moment. Is there something I can do for you? I beg your pardon, Minister Clark's for... What? Oh dear. Thank you for reminding me. I can't stand the thought of someone else's hands touching my custom letterheads.
One person gets all this space. Just to sign papers all day?
Good afternoon. I'm Chairman Rockwell, and I'm here to address a serious issue facing us. As you all know, our colony has been successful beyond our wildest dreams. Unfortunately, we've recently discovered that our food supply will not be able to sustain Halcyon's population in the long term. Everyone will die. Everyone will slowly stop living from malnutrition. But we're doing it together, and that's what matters. I fucking swear, if someone doesn't give me something to read that will placate the masses soon, all of you will find yourselves violently unemployed. But I can assure you there's nothing to fear. We've got a solution. It's called the Lifetime Employment Program. We will freeze most of the colony to preserve resources, while the best and brightest of Byzantium continue living in prosperity. Look, you idiots! How many times do I have to tell you we can't say shit like that? Fire whoever wrote this! While Halcyon's brightest minds solve the problem of our nutritional shortage, the rest of the colony will be placed in suspended animation. Individuals will be revived on a rotating basis, so that every Halcyonite can be part of the important work of saving our colony. By testing paperweights. Sorry, couldn't resist. Let's go again. And someday, in the not-too-distant future when we've solved this crisis, we'll all be back together again working for the good of Halcyon. Until then, the board shall provide for the deserving just as it always has. So, obey your supervisors, take your vitamins, follow your corporate-mandated grooming rituals, and rest assured with the board on your side, there is nothing to worry about.
That was all a story, wasn't it? It's not real.
I don't know about you, but I'm all for living fast and dying young. It's okay. I'm a doctor.
I don't care if you're a brain surgeon. If you don't work here, or for Chairman Rockwell himself, you're not getting in.
Worth a try. You'd be surprised how often that works.
Like I said, X-36 clearance only beyond this point. I don't know how you got that, but I still don't know you, and I don't have any new clearances on the list.
I think I'm gonna start taking my lunches out in the city. That woman from downstairs is still in the cafeteria.
That scientist? The one who's been pounding the clerks?
Their mistake.
I think I'm gonna start taking my lunches out in the city. That woman from downstairs.
That scientist? The one who's been pounding the clerks?
Don't let the guards hear you asking questions or peeking in the back.
Hey, did Tillman get transferred or something?
That's right. You weren't here when it happened. Some UDL officers took him into custody.
Don't let the guards hear you asking questions or peeking in the back.
Can't believe I had lunch with the guy.
Sorry, I shouldn't talk. Not without time.
I don't have time for this.
If you see any sprats loose up here, definitely don't touch them.
Sorry, I shouldn't talk. If you see any sprats loose up here, definitely don't touch them. Don't let the guards hear you asking questions.
Sorry, I shouldn't talk. Not without signing a waiver.
Hey.
Not so fast. The Ministry of Accuracy and Morale is off limits to everyone without X-36 level clearance.
It's okay. I'm a doctor.
I don't care if you're a brain surgeon. If you don't work here, or for Chairman Rockwell himself, you're not getting in.
Worth a try. You'd be surprised how often that works.
Like I said, X-36 clearance only beyond this point. I don't know how you got that, but I still don't know you, and I don't have any new clearances on the list.
Sorry, I shouldn't talk. Not without signing a waiver.
Sorry, I shouldn't talk. Not without signing a waiver.
Sorry, I shouldn't talk. Not without signing a waiver. Sorry, I'm kinda in the middle of something. Oh, you know, I always have time for sprat mitochondria, as well as charming women who can appreciate the finer points of cell biology.
Are we still talking about cell division?
This is certainly a conversation worth continuing elsewhere, but I don't think I've seen you around, and I'm sure I'd remember you. In that case, I can get you into the lab. Consider it a favor you can repay later. Follow me. Hold, I need a favor. Think you could let my friend through just this once? After all, you still owe me.
Fine. But I don't want to hear anything about the catch-up packet incident ever again. And she's on her own if she runs into the guards downstairs.
You're the best, Holt. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten you. We'll continue this.
A UDL security attendant is always prepared. You hear about that dissident working in that... Nothing exciting ever happens around here.
What's this I hear about you ordering more tests performed with sample 4157? That batch failed spectacularly.
I saw a variant never accounted for, so I had the tech run the trial again. And the result... Of course, but we're obligated to explore every possibility.
We're obligated to get a working formula before Akande has us.
What a pleasant surprise. Thanks to you, Reginald, Philippa, and the rest are up to their old games of deception and seduction. But what are you doing here? On the other side of the lab? Why, that requires a top-level clearance. After all, we're running low on the stuff. I really shouldn't be doing this. But you did help me out. Take this keycard. It'll get you into the hibernation lab where the remaining dimethyl sulfoxide is. If you're seen by any of the guards, however, I'm afraid I can't help. Good luck.
Thought I saw something.
Their mistake. Done!
What's this I hear about you ordering more tests performed with sample 415?
0.003% difference this time.
What?
Huh? What was that?
They got the drop on us.
Hmm? What was that?
They're on us.
Open fire!
Got it? Inside voices.
What's this I hear about you ordering more tests performed with sample 4157? That batch failed spectacularly.
I saw a variance in the results I never accounted for, so I had to tech.
I'll test the next batch of samples. Now get to work.
Make him regret it!
Okay, keep him quiet.
What? Something's not...
Make him regret it!
I don't want to die!
Okay, keep him quiet.
What a pleasant... But what a... If you...
Incoming!
Now just calm down. I'm taking cover.
Keep him quiet, Cap.
What a ple...
What? Huh? What was
Incoming!
I don't want to die! Hola!
Something's not right.
Incoming!
What? Open fire! Don't hurt me!
Please, I don't want to die!
Don't hurt me!
Crew members Ellie and Max are engaged in a heated discussion in the kitchen. You have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
No one ever looks quite the same in person as they do in my reports. And my reports of you have been exceptionally thorough. You've had quite a career. You have something I want. I'd like to negotiate. Phineas Wells is wanted by the board. I want to convince you to turn him in to us. Wells is a dangerous madman. His plan is going to endanger everyone in Halcyon. He's an obsessive psychopath. And he's using you. You're in contact with Wells. I want you to send us a tracing signal from his communication terminal. Wells was our mistake. We failed to apprehend him for years. I'm asking you to help me correct that mistake. I'm sending you my access code. Contact me from Wells's terminal. When you're done, come speak to me in my office.
Adjutant Akande's call has been terminated. Will there be anything else, Captain? We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself? We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors?
Careful, that's my communications terminal.
Can we talk?
I sure hope you got a Conde to pay you up front for that sleight of hand with Wells. I haven't seen anyone work this hard since Parvati had her big date.
Oh, God.
Like a raging... My point is, if the board's rates are that... Just make sure you have your terms in writing. Maybe My day. But what I really want to know is why... For what it's worth, I think you're making a smart move. Just... Don't mention it. Anything else?
Some crew members are causing a disturbance. You have a message from Adjutant.
I'm impressed, Captain. I almost expected you wouldn't go through with it. Your signal made it through. We've pinpointed Dr. Wells's orbital lab. Excellent work. Come visit me in Byzantium. We need to have a talk about the future of this colony. Meet me in my office. I've authorized your ship at my personal landing pad.
Adjutant Akande has ended her call. Rather Now arriving at Phineas's top-secret orbital lab. Good luck, Captain.
Myself busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists. All I need now is the dimethyl sulfoxide. I'll take as much as you can give me. What? Oh, yes, well, that's obvious. Anyone with 2 working labs can see this colony's slouching toward oblivion. Why do you think we've been doing all this? I revived you to help me save Halcyon from annihilation. Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse, and the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. That makes 2 things we don't have: time and chemicals to revive the other settlers. None of this was supposed to happen. I was supposed to revive the Hope's colonists. We were supposed to have enough time to solve the problem before we all starved. Human test subjects? Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board. Damn. That's not enough. Not nearly enough for the whole ship. I could revive a handful of settlers. Maybe, possibly, 10. We're out of time. We're out of chemicals. We may very well be out of options. If the board has their way, we're all going to be spending the rest of our lives frozen in stasis. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space. Just to make room in their hibernation chambers. Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope. Merciful gibbering law, you're a genius! We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab. Yes, exactly. You're a step ahead of me, but I perceive the shape of your plan. If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2.
I don't know much about skip drives, not the physics anyhow. I do know the Hope's real massive. How's our bitty little ship supposed to skip it?
Excellent question, my sharp-witted mechanic. You will use your own ship to power up the Hope's skip drive. Your navigational computer can handle the rest.
I've got a healthy disregard for personal safety, but this sounds crazy, even to me.
Your instincts are correct. By any reasonable definition of sanity, this plan is crazy. Isn't it wonderful? You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope's skip drive. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately. Certainly. It wouldn't surprise me. When I pulled you out of the Hope, the board nearly intercepted me. I expect they stepped up security since my little act of larceny. Skip drives were never designed to be used within a system, but I skipped my ship across Halcyon when I rescued you, and that turned out fine, mostly. That is, I ruined my ship and nearly killed myself in the process, but the maneuver was well within acceptable margins of risk. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Unlikely. The Hope is as massive as the Groundbreaker, but compared to the rings of Terra 2, positively minuscule. The board might notice, possibly, depending on the position of their heads relative to the depth of their collective posteriors. My communications terminal.
Can we talk?
Crew report. Bioka is drunk. You have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
I'm impressed, Captain. I almost expected you wouldn't go through with it. Your signal made it through. We've pinpointed Dr. Wells's orbital lab. Excellent work. Come visit me in Byzantium. We need to have a talk about the future of this colony. Transmissions are so important. Meet me in my office.
Adjutant Akande has ended her call. Rather rudely, if I might say, considering she didn't sign off. Will there be anything else? We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Not so fast. All right, you're clear. The adjutant's expecting you. Go on through.
I admit part of me expected you to stand by your old friend. For better or worse, Wells was responsible for putting you back on your feet. That said, he's also a wanted criminal. For information regarding his whereabouts, you are entitled to collect a reward from Percival. I understand you've infiltrated the Ministry. The things you discovered there must have been shocking, even disturbing. Halcyon is on the verge of a total systems collapse. The truth is ugly and difficult to accept, but we must accept the truth before we can move forward. Malnutrition is already a problem. Disease will come next, followed by starvation, followed by a breakdown of society, followed by extinction. I know this must come as a surprise to you. I imagine you have questions.
Is that why we were suffering plague in Edgewater? Malnutrition? All those folks sick and dying, and you knew why the whole time?
Yes, Miss Holcomb, we knew why. We've known for some time that Edgewater was dying. The colony itself is dying. The suffering you experienced in Edgewater, the disease, the starvation, will soon spread across Halcyon unless we act.
What's in this for you? There's gotta be an angle. There always is for people like you.
I appreciate your skepticism, Dr. Fenhill, but I'm not doing this for any personal gain. My angle is the preservation of our colony by any means possible. Nothing more, and nothing less. I won't pretend the truth isn't damning. Yes, the colony is on the verge of collapse, but there is a way to save it. We need to talk about Emerald Vale. You handed Edgewater over to a band of dissidents. I can't have this. Adelaide McDevitt and her people have no place in the Halcyon that is to come. Edgewater needs to go. I want you to wipe the town out. No survivors.
I get that you board types are all about efficiency, but isn't this a bit much?
I'm asking your captain to amputate a rotting limb from the colony. I'd expect you to understand, Dr. Fenhill.
You're a monster.
Someone has to be. Now is not the time for half measures, Captain. I need a decision from you. You replaced a loyal, if hard-headed, town leader with a revolutionary. Adelaide's people have turned Edgewater into a hub of dissidents. These people are dangerous. They're going to become more dangerous after the collapse. We need to put them down. Now. The dissidents currently occupying Edgewater answer to no one. They're an unknown, unpredictable variable, and I can't have that. I'm not asking you to be a murderer. I'm asking you to be a surgeon. Edgewater is a necrotic limb on the body of the colony. It must be severed. Don't make this more difficult than it needs to be, Captain. I rather like you, and I'd hate to have you shot for disobeying a direct order. Not true. You can choose to say, "Yes, ma'am," or "At once, Madam Adjutant," or "As you wish," or even, "I'll take care of it." I'm disappointed. I was so sure you had potential.
Look out! Bring them down!
We've arrived at Phineas's orbital lab.
What? That makes... None of this was supposed... You? Where do you... Sure. Do you know what the... We... Mercer... We... Yes.
I don't know much about...
I've got a...
You're in... You'll... Want... I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers. Scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it. You absolutely should. The adjutant must have sent you some kind of tracking code. If you don't use the code, she'll suspect you betrayed her. I think you should use the code and send a corrupted tracking signal. That should buy me some time. The board's going to catch up to me sooner or later. This way I'll have time to set up some particularly nasty defenses. Use my communications terminal to corrupt the tracking signal. While the board busies themselves trying to decipher it, I'll have plenty of time to prepare my defenses. Certainly. How can I help? It wouldn't surprise me. When I pulled you out of the Hope, the board nearly intercepted me. I expect they stepped up security since my little act of larceny. Skip drives were... That should do it. You've bought me more than enough time.
Crew members Ellie and Max are engaged in a heated discussion in the kitchen. If you don't, you have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
I'm impressed, Captain. I almost expected you wouldn't go through with it. Unfortunately, Dr. Wells found a way to corrupt the signal before we could pinpoint his location. Still, it's only a matter of time before we find him. Come visit me in Byzantium. We need to have a talk about the future of this colony. Because I'm not in the business of arresting my own allies. You have my word. Meet me in my office. I've authorized your ship at my personal landing pad.
Adjutant Akande has ended her call. Rather rudely, if I might say, considering she didn't sign off. Will there be anything else, Captain? We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Not so fast. All right, you're clear. The adjutant's expecting you. Go on.
I admit. I understand you've infiltrated the Ministry. The things you discovered there must have been... How... Melon... I know...
Is that why we...
So, sneak onto a lost colony ship and skip it across the system? What could go wrong?
Not so fast.
Something you need?
If you've got a question, talk to Percival.
I understand you've infiltrated the Ministry. The things you discovered there must have been shocking, even disturbing. Halcyon is on the verge of a total systems collapse. Mel, I know that...
What's...
My angle.
Is that why we...
I won't... We need to talk about... You handed Edgewater...
I get that you
I'm asking your captain to answer.
You're a monster.
Someone has to be. Now is not the... You replaced a... These people are dangerous. Because right now, you're the only person Halcyon is going to collect. I'm not asking you to be a murderer. Don't fool yourself. The dissidents are...
I won't. Don't make me choose between you and Edgewater, Captain. Between you and my people. Please.
I'm glad you can keep control over your associates. Edgewater is beyond saving. We're going to have to erase the town, but we're going to do it systematically. You were in the Emerald Vale geothermal plant. Do you remember what you discovered there? You've been paying attention. You're absolutely right. In fact, Spacer's Choice manufactured the incident for an insurance claim. They outfitted their mechanicals with a termination protocol, which is exactly what we need. The insurance claim has been locked in committee for years, but the individual responsible for the accident was promoted for lateral thinking. I'm arranging for a delivery of mechanicals to Edgewater. These mechanicals have been equipped with the same termination protocol, which must be activated from a terminal in the plant. Once the mechanicals are finished cleaning out Edgewater, I'll need you to go in and clean out the mechanicals. Understand? One last thing. Spacer's Choice sent a team of soldiers to investigate your little misadventure in the geothermal plant. Tread lightly. Then don't tread lightly. Carve a path through them for all I care. Just take care of it. Report back to me when the job's done.